those of you that know me will know that I make no bears about just being a classic car person through and through. I prefer them over modern cars. But I will concede that one of the good things about modern cars is the fact that they have brought back the Speedster from, the days of coach-built cars. I think the last Speedster I can think of off the top of my head is the Porsche 550 Spider. So, that was a long time ago. James Dean had one. He was also killed in it. Anyway, now modern cars have brought back the Speedster. It started out in, I would say, 2007, when Mercedes released a special version of their SLR called the SLR 722 Sterling Moss, or Sir Sterling Moss Edition, named after his Mille race car, which was also a Speedster. But then people have actually, a lot of them started making Speedsters. There's the McLaren Elva, the Ferrari Monza, the Aston Martin V12 Speedster. Oh god, what's the other one? Can't remember it, but you get my point. But as with all modern things, it hasn't taken someone long to take the concept and electrify it. This is the Pininfarina B95 Speedster. It's actually Pininfarina's first bespoke car, but it's not their first car. Pininfarina's first car would be the Batista, which is essentially a Rimac Nevera with another body. A very pretty body, although that's not a discredit to the Rimac Nevera, which is also very pretty. It's just that I would say that the Pininfarina had a better chance at being pretty because it was designed by Pininfarina themselves. See, Pininfarina is not usually a car manufacturer. They have been designing cars for so long now, and they have not one of the most impressive back catalogues in design history, the most impressive back catalogue of design history, no questions asked. Pretty much any classic Alfa Romeo, Lancia, Ferrari. I think they also did the Fiat 500. But, so many incredible cars. It's actually staggering. And now they have started making cars of their own, which I think is quite cool. The B95 isn't your entirely traditional Speedster. Oh no, I'm not talking about the fact that it's got a load of Duracells in it. Okay, that feels slightly insulting towards electric cars. No, it's abnormal because while it does follow most of the two-seater rules, no two-seater Speedster rules, no windscreen, 2 seats or 1 seat, low-nosed, and also being incredibly pretty. Because it's electric and because it's got so much power, it's all-wheel drive. Now, I'm not sure how to feel about this because all-wheel drive... how do I explain this? It's more heavy than rear-wheel drive, which means that the cars tend to sort of lack the crispness that you'd hope. Now, I'm not generalising here. There are absolutely some brilliant all-wheel drive cars that drive perfectly fine. Ford Escort Cosworth, my beloved Lancia Delta, the Audi Quattro. Wait, I'm just naming homologation special rally cars here. Just ignore that, but still, you get my point. It's all-wheel drive, which means it sort of breaks the formula in multiple ways. Now, I'm not trying to sound against this, but because it's different, I am a little sceptical, but I'm open to having my mind changed. Let's see actually how good the car is. The first thing I'm noticing performance-wise is actually how much speed it loses while I'm coasting. Usually I tend to lift off the throttle, let it slow down a little bit before flooring it like this. But even then, actually, flooring it doesn't do too much. It's not until you get towards the higher end of the range that the engine can rev to that you realise the performance of this thing. Because it sort of stays the same all the way through acceleration. Now, with some cars, this is a good thing. This is a good thing if they've got good acceleration, but this just feels quite mundane. And that's not the effect I would want from a two-seater sports car with no windscreen and a lot of power. But a car can always be redeemed by how nice it is to drive, so let's go. Right, I am noticing that... Alright, there's a lot of body lean. It understeers quite a bit. And, you saw me clip the curb of the road there while I was getting back on. Sort of wobbled a bit. And not only is it understeering, as I turn in, the back also wants to come round, so it's both understeering because it won't turn as well, and oversteering because it wants to spit me into a ditch. Now, I usually like thrilling driving experiences, but what I don't like is feeling like I'm going to be killed. Hold on, I'll try and... Oh, blimmin' heck. If you were watching earlier and you didn't just skip to this bit, I was rolling over quite a lot when I hit the curbs. It's not the best driver, this thing, which is a shame because it's a two-seater sports car and driving should be the fun bit of it. But drifting. Let's see. Hold on, let me just actually get to a corner because I may or may not have had an accident just there. Right, turn in, handbrake. Oh, Jesus Christ. It drifted far too wide there. And far too shallowly. So you gotta handbrake it in quite early. It does do that from time to time, because it is quite heavy. So every so often the back will just come round. Ooh, that was fun. So if we actually just handbrake it in, you can get it to heel. It's good. Just, you know, every so often it is a little too heavy and will just spin you. Bit of a shame, but what's life without a little bit of unpredictability? Boring, that's what. So let's see then how the little Pininfarina laps the track. It's an £11,100,000 car. But unfortunately, I don't think it's worth half of that. Even if I was forced to buy an electric supercar, out of all of them, I would probably say the Pininfarina Speedster, or the Lotus Evija, or the Rimac Nevera. Just something better than this. But let's see. Lap of the track, here we go. Off the line. There we go. Oh, there's the understeer. Going wide out of the corner. Brake, turn in. It does try to spit you round a little, which you do have to get used to. Did you see that? The way the back came round as I braked through the corner. And understeer. You know, the way you're exposed to the elements in this, so you are literally understeering under the sun. And that's a 39.2. I would expect at least 3 seconds quicker from a car that costs this much. Shame. It's sad to say that I just do not like this car. But if you do happen to want a cool electric car that isn't absolutely and totally utterly shit, there's the Rimac Nevera, there's... where is it? There's my Speedster. The VW IDR is questionable. But, you know, just something. Not this. Or you could go the hybrid route and pick up a Porsche 919 Evo. Costs 3 times as much, is about 33 times as good. So thank you all for watching. Season 12 is apparently coming out soon, according to this timer. So, on that bombshell, see you when it updates. Those of you that have been following me on this channel for a while will... oh, Bloody hell.